guys, so I am here with another TTC video, and I want to talk about something like most people don't talk about, or at least what I think is personally one of the worst days for somebody that is not just trying to conceive, but doesn't even already have a child. I guess this could apply to people that are trying to conceive their second child, because no matter what stage you're at, level you're at, how long you've been trying, when you know you want that child or that second child, it's incredibly hard not to, be like all these people you see that get pregnant like this, and this, and they're just like horrible parents, shouldn't be having kids, but somehow they manage to get pregnant like in a jiffy, out of nowhere, on drugs, doing all the things you're not supposed to do. So anyways, my rant about that's over. I wanted to talk about how hard back to school is, especially the day that in whatever city you live in. For instance, I live in Houston, and this Monday was back to school, and my timeline flooded with photos of kids going back to school. And that's great. That doesn't bother me. It's very hard. It's probably one of the hardest days. I can try to say this without crying. It's probably one of the hardest days as somebody that's trying to have a kid, to see your timeline just flood with all these people's beautiful children, and you would give anything for just that moment of being a proud parent, sending your kid to school, taking their pictures, like all the things that parents do. And if you already have a kid, maybe it's that moment where you see like people and their 3 kids or their 2 kids, and it's probably was the hardest day. Sorry, I didn't intend to cry, but last year we were only at a year of trying, and it was like, okay, it is really hard, but I thought for sure by this back to school time we'd at least have like a baby or pregnant, and it just didn't happen that way. And the thing I wanted to talk about was how silent we all are about infertility. How people that suffer with it, it's so taboo, and it makes people so uncomfortable, and we don't talk about it. And I think that should stop. So on Monday I made a post. My post wasn't about people sharing their children going off to school. I think it's beautiful. It's wonderful. My post was for these posts I kept seeing with parents like jumping up and down in the back. And I get they're being humorous, but it's, and that even that didn't bother me that much. People are just like eager to send their kids back to school and have like these crazy photos because I know it's trendy. It was really hard seeing people that I can't even believe are on like our friends list that would be like, oh, I can't wait to think God's school's starting. Can't wait to get these kids out of my hair. These kids have been so annoying over the summer. Glad to give it back to the teachers. Like, what are you parents thinking? I can't stand that. And I cannot stand parents that complain about their children all day on Facebook. I get as a parent, it's frustrating. Believe me, I was a preschool teacher. I was a nanny. I had my moments where I wanted to pull my hair out and vent, but it wouldn't be to Facebook. It would be to like a friend or a family member or your spouse. Don't put that on Facebook. It's so insensitive. And you know what? You're probably like, if you're watching this and you don't have infertility, you're probably thinking, why should I care? Because we need to think about one another. And it's not just about people with infertility. How does that make you look to somebody whose child, like there's children out there dying of cancer, and their parent, like as the parents, they have to face the fact that they're going to lose their child. And then there's somebody on Facebook bitching about how difficult parenthood is and how annoying their kids are. And it's just, it's ugly. It needs to stop. It's annoying. I loved the pictures where parents were like, I can't believe time is going by so fast. I'm so proud of my kids. I love that. But I could not stand these people that complain about their kids. I'm so glad they're going back to school. Like, it made this day, or yesterday, it was yesterday, it made it so much harder. And I just felt like I owe it to everybody who's struggling with infertility to stand up and say something. And it's like I said, it's not to those parents sharing those pictures. I'm just, with that, I'm just saying, as an infertile person, that is one of the hardest days for me. And it's nothing anyone can do. Like, by all means, share your kids' pictures. I love it. I love the little ones and the pictures I saw. I love all my friends and family's kids. It's just the complaining about their kids online that really freaking killed me. It killed me, and I couldn't be quiet about it, and I had to say something about it. And I just don't understand people, and it needs to stop. If you're somebody that complains about your kid on Facebook, just stop. Like, stop doing it. It's insensitive. Not only that, but like, what if one day your kids grow up and, you know, they see your Facebook and you're sitting there blasting to the world how fucking annoying your kids are? It's horrible. It's just horrible. And I wanted to know, like, do you guys feel that? Not just people trying to conceive their first. Maybe you see pictures of people sending their 4 kids off to school and that bothers you. Or from my people that follow me that are still trying to have your first one. Was the back to school on Facebook hard for you too? It's hard for me. And I wanted to share it, and I wanted to let you guys know that I stood up and I said something to those parents that complain about their kids. And I told them, just imagine a world where your child doesn't exist. And there's nothing in the world you want more. Because that's a horrible feeling. And as much as they complain and bitch about their kids, maybe if they could take a moment and imagine that world where their kids don't exist. Maybe it would make summer not seem so long. Maybe it would make them want to hug their kids tighter. But infertility is a thing people don't talk about, and I'm talking about it. I'm putting it out there, and that's my video. I just wanted to talk about back to school and how hard it was. Was it hard for you guys? What's hard for you guys about infertility? I'm sure there's tons of things every day. Seeing babies and stupid people get pregnant, and that's a really judgy thing to say, that stupid people shouldn't get pregnant. But you see people on drugs, and you see all these kids in CPS, which this is another thing I've yet to talk about, us adopting through CPS and our plans for that. And I'll get to that. Eventually I'll do that video. But right now this was on my mind and on my heart, and I had to share with you guys. I don't know. It's really hard. This is going to be a really hard week because I'm still seeing pictures of my news feed. And it's just like, ugh. It sucks. And I wanted to share that with you guys. If you're struggling with infertility and you have to see all this like hate toward like people bitching about their kids and all that stuff every day flood your timeline, you know what, maybe you need to take a stand. Maybe you need to say something, because I sure did. I even have family members that complain about their children on Facebook, and every time I see this person in particular, all they're doing is complaining about their children. And it's just heartbreaking because it's like, you have no idea how blessed you are. And maybe they never will, because they'll never have to go through this. But please know that I took a stand. I took a stand, and I don't care who it made uncomfortable, because maybe people need to be uncomfortable to be aware of infertility and sensitivity. So that's my vlog for TTC. Yeah, share with me your hardest moments, and was back to school hard for you? And I'll see you guys later. Bye, y'all.